Hi YouTube, this is Danielle, the domestic scientist, and in today's video I am going to show you how I decorate my coffee bar for the fall, so stay tuned. So for my coffee station, I am going to use a tiered tray because it really helps to define my space. Now I want it to have a very nice full appearance, so I'm going to start off by adding my larger pieces in first, and then I'm going to add smaller pieces all around to fill in the gaps. So I have these two coffee mugs that match and have a cute bee theme, and so I'm going to put them on opposite ends of that lower level. Then I'm going to use a mini cupcake riser because I'm going to add a short object and I want to give it some more height. So I chose to use this white pumpkin simply because it is fall time and is certainly seasonally appropriate. And I think it's really cute. So I do have some gaps here and I want to keep the tray from looking sparse, so I'm going to add in a filler item. I have these really cute spheres that I purchased from a local consignment shop, and I love the deep earthy colors, and so I'm just going to strategically add these all around just to kind of fill in the gaps to add a more rustic and earthy look to the tray. So now I'm really excited about adding this piece. I found this cute little honey pot at HomeGoods. It's a white ceramic and it comes with a matching honey dipper, and I think it's super adorable. I'm going to put that on one side of my tiered tray, and then on the other side I'm going to use this textured white canister, and I'm going to actually use this as a vase today. So now I'm going to go ahead and just start adding in these little cotton blossoms. Now I chose to use cotton blossoms as my floral simply because I like the texture that it gives, and I also love the white and brown combination that's really great for fall, and it adds a earthy and rustic look to my tiered tray. So now that I have my foundational pieces in place, I'm going to go ahead and use a couple of more decorative filler items in between some of those blank areas for a more layered look. I have these really nice acorns that I found at a local store a while ago, and I'm going to just start filling in those gaps in the front. So now that I have the bottom row of my tiered tray taken care of, it's time to start adding in the beverages. So I drink a lot of tea and very little coffee. So instead of doing the traditional coffee bar, I'm going to make this a tea bar. However, you can do this exact same setup for coffee as well. So in this little box, I'm going to put in some individually wrapped tea bags. But if I was to use coffee, I could use the same little box and add those individually wrapped sugar packets or sugar substitutes here instead. And now for the teas. First, I'm going to add my echinacea tea. Next, I'm adding in my dandelion tea. So this dandelion tea actually tastes a lot like coffee, and some people do use it as a coffee substitute. And lastly, I'm going to add in one of my favorites, which is a peppermint tea. So now I'm going to start working on the top tier of my tiered tray, and I'm super excited about what I have going on up here because this is where I'm going to put the things that I think are really cute and colorful. And I've got a couple fun things today. So the first thing I'm going to add in this space is my little cupcake holder because I want to elevate another piece that's a little bit short for the area I'm working in. I'm just going to push that a little bit to the back, and then I'm adding in this rosemary and sea salt candle. Now I know typically you don't put a candle in a coffee or tea bar area, but I really just like the container and I like the depth of color that it gives, so I am going to put that right in the back. Next, I'm going to add my mini cheese board. Now, I am obsessed with these cheese boards that I found at my local Hobby Lobby earlier this year. Now, it doesn't have a backing or any type of stand, so I am just going to rest it up against the arms of my tiered tray and it will set up right. And next I have this cute container of jam. It is the most adorable thing, and it really gives that country vibe to it. Now my husband just picked this up for me at the local Whole Foods, so I do like the pop of color that it gives, and it's a nice large size container. It has a nice farmhouse feel and is practical if you were to have tea and serve some scones or some type of biscuit. A person might want to put some jam on that. So it's going to go right in front of the cutting board, and now you can see that the cutting board adds kind of a backdrop to the tiered tray and brings your eye up so that the display doesn't look very sparse. And on the other side, I have these caramelized crisp cookies from Pepperidge Farm. I love Pepperidge Farm products, and I especially like their packaging. So the size and shape and color of this package makes it perfect for today's tier tray. Not to mention that these cookies are just delicious and perfect for the fall. And from a decorative perspective, it also brings your eye up and adds a backdrop to balance out with the cheese board and gives nice height to the top tier. Now I'm going to add this really cute jar of honey that I have, and I found this at my local Home Goods. I love it because it does have a piece of the honeycomb inside, so it makes it really fun and gives that country vibe. So now I'm going to add just a few acorns in the front to finish off my top tier. So don't you just love things that come in a set? It makes decorating so much easier. I found this set of canister and coffee creamer container, and I found this at my local Home Goods. It's a plain white with a honeybee, and it is perfect for the display that I have. And actually most of the things in today's display came from Home Goods, so I'm super excited that I was able to get a cohesive look with the bee theme today. So I'm going to add the canister for sugar and sugar substitutes on one side, and then on the other side I'm going to add the matching coffee creamer container. Now because I don't really use cream or anything in my tea, I'm going to use this coffee creamer container, and then I'm going to add some spoons to it instead. Now I found this pack of spoons at my Home Goods as well, and I really love that hammered metal look that it has on the stem, and it actually kind of looks a little bit like a honeycomb, so I think it's perfect for today's display, and I'm just going to put it right here to complete the look. So now that we're all done, let's take some final looks. So today's video is a part of a YouTube collaboration entitled the Fall Coffee / Beverage Bar Collaboration. Our hosts for today are Diva Designing on a Dime with Kimberly Davis and Kenya's Decor Corner. I'll have a link to each of the host channels in my description box below, as well as a link to the collaboration playlist. Be sure to check out the other awesome YouTube creators. As always, I'd like to hear from you. Please leave a comment in the box below and let me know what you think of my fall coffee beverage bar. This is Danielle, the domestic scientist. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.